Hello and welcome to Medhead, your medical study guide for medical studies in Europe. And today we are going to cover a very special university from Latvia, where Mr. Peter visited last week for an open day. He got all information, spoke to international students, the faculties, the professors, and got some insights, and he came back with these insights today to share with us. So Mr. Peter, first of all, thank you for joining us in the video.
Thank you very much.
And Mr. Peter, give us some quick facts about the Riga Stradins University, and what is their medical program about and how does it look like?
Yes, Riga Stradins or Stradins University, it's one of the biggest universities in Baltic area, because there's also University of Latvia, but their intake is very small. So this university, it has students from more than 75 countries.
Wow, that's amazing.
And more than 28% of all students are international. So in 2022 they had over 2,700 students, out of which around 2,000 students were medical or dentistry students.
All right.
So these numbers are really astonishing. I was there at the university. Like everything looks brand new or renovated.
Wow.
We had a really nice time during the open day. It was not only seeing the facilities or listening to them, but also it was about doing some practical tasks, and it was really interactive open day. So
That's
I
nice.
really suggest everyone to attend it.
That's really nice. That's really nice. Happy to hear such a nice experience you had over there. And Mr. Peter, thanks for such amazing insights, and especially the one which is like 75 plus countries and nationalities are studying there. So super international culture you will have. Walk us through like the general tenure of the medical studies and like how many points, what is the fee structure, and so on.
So this university is very unique because not only it has big numbers of admitted students. So for the general medicine, for the September intake is 360 students, and for dental medicine is 60 students for the September intake. But also it has February or spring intake, which has, I think, just Pleven University in Bulgaria. So in February intake, they admit 240 extra students for the general medicine and 28 for the February for the dental medicine.
Right.
So for general medicine, the fees are 12,000 euros for one academic year.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if you start in September or in spring.
All right.
And for dental medicine, you pay for the first, second year, you pay 14,000 euros, and then for third, fourth, and fifth. So there are just 5 years of the dental medical studies. So you pay 15,000 euros.
Okay. That makes sense. And what about like the admission process though? What about like the entrance test, or what are the requirements in the first place?
Yeah, so again, this university is special because you do not need to write any entrance exam.
Oh wow. Okay.
However, there are quite many specifics or quite many special things to mention. So first of all, your secondary mark from the mathematics, English language, then biology or chemistry, can be both, but must be at least one, must be over 70% in your local grading system. Then English language, either you have again over 70% in the secondary school, or you provide the English certificate, or you are from English speaking countries where English is official language.
All right.
Then you do not need to do anything extra. But if you are from some country where English is not official language, you outside of the EU, then you need to submit not only this English certificate, but you need to do also RSU English test.
Okay. In-house something.
In-house, and also then take RSU English interview.
Okay.
but that's mostly for the embassy purposes.
All right.
So they do a recording of that, and then if there's some problem with the embassy, at the embassy, then embassy can ask for this recording. This is not only for the RSU, but it's for all Latvian universities.
Okay, so it's a standard procedure.
Well, they implemented maybe last year. I suppose there could have been some issues.
All right.
Now
yeah, but language proficiency is a very basic thing when coming abroad with English, so it makes sense.
Yes,
it does. And what about Mr. Peter? You mentioned about like few particularities, like particular things about the admission and the eligibility. What in the case if someone is not eligible? Do they have any pathway or something to get in?
Yeah, this is another very special way or thing about RSU. They have a thing called Open University, which means that you go to university with other students as your, like you attend with students, those are like RSU students. You are not, but you attend the same subjects.
Okay.
You go to completely same classes, and then if, for example, your secondary marks, let's say you are from Germany, and you cannot improve your secondary school marks anymore, then you can take the result of these open university subjects,
right,
and you can then use it for the admission purposes.
All right, I understand.
So instead of being enrolled, like you attend all the subjects, if you pass them, then you do not need to take them again.
Okay.
And these results you can then use for the admission.
Okay. That makes sense, and that's pretty nice actually. So everyone gets a chance. So I would say, like, if the eligibility criteria you're not meeting, but still you can take it. And especially considering the fact that Latvia is, like a part of the Schengen zone, so you can actually study over there, move, travel abroad, everything. What about the different exposure? Are there like university hospitals and these sort of like facilities that students are exposed to, like to get some hands-on experience?
Yes. So during the Open Day, we visited Medical Education Technology Center, METC, which is for the students of the general medicine, and then the students of dental medicine, they go for the Dentistry Preclinic Center and Institute of Dentistry. So, for example, students of dentistry, they attend school program for 5 years.
All right.
And first year is theoretical, second is preclinical, and then third, fourth, fifth, you go for the clinical subjects. Means you are in constant touch with the patients.
Okay, that's
great.
Even
like RSU has a special dentistry office, let's say, where the public can go for the repairment of their cavities or teeth.
Yeah.
And they pay discounted price for this if the student is learning with them.
All right.
So instead of, for example, in Slovakia, you need to, as a student, you need to find some friend, someone. Yeah. But they're like, this is just like some extra benefit for the locals.
That sounds bad, though. It's like a lab rat.
But it's same. Like if I'm learning how to be hairdresser, there are also some special places where I can go
You need to practice anyway. So getting the hands-on experience while you're studying, that's the most important thing, because once you're going out of the university, you need to know your patients. You need to know real life and practical experience. Otherwise, that's the most important thing.
But it's under supervision of doctors.
I understand that. But this is also quite an interesting fact that you mentioned, Mr. Peter, that that the dentistry is 5 years, whereas with most of the countries it's 6 years. So 1 year you actually, you get extra work experience. If you take it in that way, you get you save 1 year of fees. So think it wisely in that way, because if you're studying 6 years, you're paying 6 years of fees, and it's in the university. Whereas if you're doing dentistry at RSU, you are actually saving 1 year of fees, plus you're getting 1 year extra of experience. That matters a lot. So, Mr. Peter, what is the main factor? Why should someone come to study in RSU or at RSU?
Yeah, so university has many international students, and they really care about students. Right. I could see, for example, they have even special cubes for studying if you don't want to be disturbed inside the university.
Study pods.
Study pods, and you even have access to your library 24/7.
All right.
Not only to your library, but also libraries of RTU, Riga Technical University, LU, so University of Latvia.
Okay.
You can go and attend like any of these libraries.
That's pretty nice.
And they are really like student friendly, with very good command of English, and teachers are experienced. I could see like everything is renewed.
Okay.
Most of the students, they come from the Sweden, Germany, Finland, Norway, in Italy.
Okay.
And there must be reason like why each year like you get like 700 new students.
Yeah, definitely.
So to give you idea, so approximately for in one intake, September intake, there are approximately 400 students admitted.
Okay.
So I asked like how many students applied. So they told me around 1,000 students.
Wow, so it's competitive as well.
It's even competitive. It's not like everyone who applies get admitted, even though the number is really astonishing.
Yeah.
But still like maybe 40% success rate, let's say.
Yeah. And generally, what's the application fee though?
Application fee is 100 euros. Like that's not refundable.
Okay.
So the process is like you submit the application and then you wait for the result of the application committee, management board.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like I apply in I don't know, April, and must wait until the deadline is over, which means 1st of July for EU students and 1st of May for non-EU, but it's done on the rolling basis.
Okay.
So first to apply will first also get admitted and also get them place at a local hostel for the students.
Okay, like the dormitories. Which takes me to my next question. How expensive is like a dormitory and living expenses staying at Riga?
Yes, the living expenses, I would suggest to have at least 600 euros
a month.
A month, especially I could see the prices of the food, groceries, it went up. Yep. The cheapest accommodation place is of the dormitories. So it has multiple dormitories, but there is even one located next to the university.
Okay.
Hostel Dzirciems, sorry if I pronounce it incorrectly. And then second is called Agenskalns. The difficult language.
Doesn't matter, but anyway, the point is you get accommodations near the university. Yeah. So, Mr. Peter, you also mentioned to me off camera that the transfer students also can go to RSU. So, can you explain maybe a bit about like what about this transfer students? How do they go, and how are their subjects recognized, and so on?
Yes, recently in the last year, most probably because of the conflict. Ukraine-Russian conflict, the RSU also changed the recognition or the transfer recognition of some subject which you completed somewhere else.
Okay.
So before you could have applied only if you were either from the EU university or top 500 university. But now anyone can apply from any university anywhere.
For a transfer. Okay.
For a transfer, and even you can apply with any mark, means A, B, C, D, E. Means passed, just F you cannot.
Okay, yeah.
But there is one specific that you can apply for recognition only of the graded mark. Means if you had some pass or passed, I mean you had, for example, credit test, you passed.
Yeah.
So this you cannot.
I understand. So the exams where you just have like the credit or no credit, you don't get it recognized. Yeah. But the where you are being marked, that is what is recognized.
Exactly. So this is some specific. Basically, the thing is that there are two boards or two committees to make decision. One committee is admission committee, because you need to your mark from the secondary school must be also sufficient.
Okay. And what percentage is required in general?
Well, it depends like to which year you will be enrolled. If you will be to the first year, then you need to have like 70% percentage from the secondary school.
All right.
If you will be enrolled to second, third, fourth year, then like this percentage can go down.
Okay.
So they don't specify, but you do not need to, because for example, then you can use, for example, your mark from the biochemistry
Yeah.
as proof that you know chemistry. However, maybe you didn't have that good mark from chemistry in secondary school.
Yeah.
So basically then two committees will sit, one committee for admission, second committee for the recognition.
Yeah.
And once both have decision, then you will get the result. Because in the past what happened was that you got information from the recognition committee that okay, we recognize these all subjects. And then you got decision from the admission committee, sorry, you are not admitted. So that's now it cannot happen because you get like information together. You say, okay, you can get to this and this. This is recognized, this is not, and you are admitted or you're not.
You're not. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, and clear information is very important. By the way, Mr. Peter, do you maybe want to tell the unique point why should someone, because you have been there already now, so why should someone study at RSU compared to other countries, other universities?
Mm-hmm. So they have, first of all, they have very good ratio of teachers per students.
Okay.
So on average, there are like 10 students for one teacher.
Wow, that's very good.
So in study groups, there are 8 to 14 students.
Okay.
So you get very good relationship or with the professors because of these small groups.
Yeah.
Also, I would say like the city, it's affordable and everywhere you can get really easily by the public transport because you might be having your classes or practices in different places
throughout the city.
So at beginning, most of the theoretical classes you take in main campus, but then you go to various places around the city.
Okay.
So I would say there are like many students, as there are like 3 big universities in Riga, and you can see many bold couriers from India also, but those are I suppose part-time jobs. Yes. Yeah. So I would say like I could see that the teachers, they really care about the knowledge of the students, and they really try to do it as good as possible in really first-class premises and buildings.
Okay, and Mr. Peter, if someone is planning to like apply, like maybe for this year, maybe for next year, so what is the ideal timeline you would suggest them to apply?
Yes, actually there will be no difference if you apply also later. The main difference will be, they don't wait until they get all applications and then they will pick up the best. No, you get the same chance if you apply in June or in April. Doesn't matter.
All right.
The main difference will be if you apply too late, then you might not get the dormitories.
Okay. So your chances are still the same.
Yes,
no matter what.
But still you need some time for arranging the documents. Mostly the academic documents you need to apostille or you need to verify by the embassy.
Okay, yeah.
And actually it's quite complex system with this verification because, for example, if there's some student from Nigeria, firstly the document is verified by the local Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But then it's not verified by the local Latvian embassy, but it needs to be sent, I think, to Latvian embassy, but somewhere, I don't know, Sweden or Finland, I forgot.
Okay.
So it's very, like, you need to send documents there and there, so
it will take time, so it's better to keep that in mind.
Yes, you need to take some special time buffer, you need to consider this, that it will take some time. If you know that you wish to apply to this university, you can start 1st of March, so the sooner the better.
Absolutely.
But also, there are some special documents. You need to get also motivation letter, okay, that you can do. You know why you want to study medicine. But you need to get also 2 reference letters.
Okay.
Means from the former teachers of you, either from public school or some private school, relevant reference, not like
Yeah.
he is my friend, I think he can be good.
Yeah. Letter of recommendation, I understand. Yeah, so it's good generally, like when you're passing your school, to ask for a letter of recommendation from your teachers, professors. It's also good when you're doing it when you're graduating your university, because that can help you professionally also to get it into universities, to keep good relation with them and ask for the letter of recommendation.
Yes.
Any other fact you would like to add, Mr. Peter?
I would say you will definitely feel like in big international family.
All right.
There are like many, for example, the person that took our that was our guide during the open day, he was from South Africa.
Oh, okay.
But there are like many other nationalities, and even the renting, for example, if you don't get accommodation, which is nowadays big factor in many countries.
Yes.
I heard even some universities in UK, Netherlands, Belgium, they even refuse international students because they say like there is no place anywhere to live.
Yeah, the
in
accommodation
dorms,
is the
in
big
private
concern.
flats. But there, what I got information, it's quite possible. It's possible to get private accommodation in a city, which is maybe 15 minutes by tram from city center to main campus.
Yeah.
So you can get like for really reasonable price. When I was there, we paid for the Airbnb during the hockey championship.
Okay.
It was 40 euros for a whole flat.
Wow.
For a whole flat. So that's in peak season, full flat in city center. So the prices are reasonable. Just you need to make sure that, well, usually they list the prices without energies, and this can like inflate the full price of living, but it should be really possible to get like reasonable flats for good price.
That is really good, and that is really insightful. Thank you, Mr. Peter, for giving us all this insight. So all the information will be in the description, in the link, so do check it out. And Mr. Peter's email will be there in the description. My suggestion, personal suggestion, would be this, that reach out to Mr. Peter, ask him any questions you are having, and get a general idea, evaluate your profile. He will evaluate your profile, your affordability, your financial condition and everything, and he will give you all the possible options of the universities that you should target. 3 or 5, jot down the list, and then accordingly apply, so that you have the max chances and you can make the maximum return on an investment. Because end of the day, education is an investment, so like better to like make a return and calculate it and accordingly proceed with it. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with your network, share it with people who are planning to study medicine and your classmates, anyone. And do comment what universities, what countries would you like us to cover in general. And if some points, if you are currently staying in Riga, do comment it as well. Like, we want to know what's your experience, or the viewers as well want to know about that. And check out our other videos. Here are all the description, all the links. So check out the other videos to study in Czech Republic, to study in Croatia and all these countries, to study in Slovakia. How is it? How is the experience? What is the study costing and everything? Until next time, thank you so much. See you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.